Patron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. And if it's your first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff. And what I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. If that sounds good, do take a second to hit that subscribe button and we'll crack on. So what am I doing? Well, yesterday, to help one of the guys in the sort of Scruffy Squad, the Discord that I do, I decided that I would take another challenge. It wasn't really something I was planning on doing because I earn enough from my own wages that I don't really need prop. However, I do like to put my money where my mouth is, and that's why I did it. So you saw me buy it live with my own money, and today I'm going to set that up. So it's a little salute to Frederick because I said I would do it with him, and it's the same program that he's running. Now, to me, I think that is fair. And that's the essence of the Scruffy Squad. Nobody's better than anybody else. We're all in it together, and we're in it for mutual gain. That's it. You know, if I can help they step forward in their trading career, and the gain to me is, it makes me very proud to watch them step forward. And you'll see a number of guys have come through and they've done really well from being part of that community. And I stress community because that's exactly what it is. We're all in it together.
All for one, and one for all.
Simple stuff. So, with that out of the way, what is the prop? Well, if you've never heard of the 5%ers, it's the only prop firm that I put my name to. And I put my name to it simply because I trust them. That they have a fair way of doing things. Now, they're constantly trying to keep ahead of the game. You know, sometimes the programs change from time to time, but essentially their moral compass is the same. They want you to succeed. And how do they do that? Well, let's flick it over and we'll have a little look. So this is the dashboard that I've been given now. It's very simple. I have buying power of 6,000. I call it buying power because I've only got that as a drawdown. That's what I'm going to be basing my position sizes on. I work to a mantra of 50p for every 500. So it's going to be at the top end of 50p. I will use 50p. It's a bit higher than where I want to be, but I won't exceed it. And I've got to achieve this milestone. Now, what I'm looking for is to break this into little chunks. Okay. I've got 184 days to pass this. So that's up to the 28th of August this year. Now, if I put that into a date calculator here, I want to work out how many sort of business days I'll have inside that. So if we say today, what did I say? 108. Thank you. That's Wonder Wink. And she is a wonder today, bringing my coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee, 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 coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes.
Now, I bought that yesterday, so we'll just sort of add that. And it should create a date that is in and around, oh, well, I bollocks that up altogether, haven't I?
Ding dong!
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Date-to-date calculation. Let's have a look. From today to 28th of August. This year. This year. Okay. Duration. 183 days. That's correct. Okay. Because I bought it yesterday. Okay. How many working days is there in that? Well, we're going to exclude weekends and public bank holidays and calculate the duration. 126 days. So I've got 126 days to achieve the milestone. And the milestone, as we've just established, is 375. Okay. So let's get a calculator out. 375 divided by 126 days is well, let's just call it $3 a day. All right, $3 a day based on that result. Okay, that's not difficult, or is it? Well, let us think about this. Well, if it's $3 a day, what is the pip count? Well, I can go 30p at 10 pips, or I can go at 15p at 20 pips. Small is beautiful. Small is easy. I work to a mantra: score, score, stop. I know I can find 10 pips in a heartbeat. Right. So I'll base it on 2 trades a day, 10 pips a trade. That's 20 pips. Okay. Let's get this calculator back out again. Let's have a little look at this thing, because I'm also going to set this up as well. All right. So I want 3 divided by 20. 15. Excellent. Right. If I work on a pip size of just 15 pence, do that each day, I'll pass this. But it'll take me 183 days. Okay. So what if I go for 6 per day? $6. And we're going to divide that by 20. 30. That's what I'm going to start working on. I'm going to look for around $6 a day, and my pip bid size is going to be 30. So that'll be 0.03. Do that each day. What will happen is I will automatically complete this in half the time allotted.
No way!
Why have I done it that way? It allows me recovery time if I get things wrong.
Isn't that logical?
If I work on just 3 per day, that means I've got to nail it 100% every day. Chances of me doing that is pretty slim. I do have a good hit rate. I have a high hit rate. My statements show that. In fact, here's my statements. Now, those statements are third party. I can't change them. Okay. And I was asked, why isn't it not plugged into FX Book? Very simple. FX Book doesn't support my wage account. And secondly, I don't really have anything to prove.
What?
You know, you should wonder what you're doing, not worry about what somebody else is doing. That's it. You know, I'm here because I enjoy it and I love it, and I genuinely have a connection with the guys in the Discord, and I want them to help. That's it. That's the end of my involvement. You know, I love my job and I love what I do, but I don't have to prove anything. But that said, sometimes if you put your head on the block, you should accept the consequences.
Jump out the closet, chop your little head off.
So what's the consequences of the action that I'm showing you here? Well, I know I can't do 100% for that length of time. My record of green days is 127. But inside that 127, there was a lot of losses. It just so happens I was net positive each day. This year, I haven't lost a day since the start of the year, 1st of January. Why? because I'm careful with what I choose. I only trade once or twice a day. Score, score, stop. I don't overtrade. I don't take substandard trades. And I'm very, very careful on what I enter into. That keeps my hit rate up. But the clowns out there who trade 10, 20, 30, even hundreds today in a day, it's inevitable they're going to lose. You can't chase the dragon that long. You pull its tail, it's going to turn around and it's going to burn you. And that's just trading. But if you're a sniper, systematic, you'll find your hit rate is huge. But not only is your hit rate huge, your return on investment is quite big, and you're paid at the end of the week because you're not gambling, you're trading, and trading as a job. Why? Because if you treat it as a job, they'll pay you as a job. If you gamble, you'll lose. And that's why this industry has such a bad name, because it's full of complete idiots who think they can outwit the market constantly. You can't. You've got to be systematic and take the money when it's offered. That's the art of trading. So if I half the time, that means I've also got sort of 3 months to pass it, 3 months of recovery for the days that I'm wrong. Simple as. So what am I doing here? Well, I set it up yesterday. This is the MT5 chart package that you saw me set up. There it is there. And I need to add another product here. And it's going to be pound JPY. Now the way you do that is if you go to view, click market watch, you'll be able to see it. See if it's in the list. If it isn't, you can tap it in there, but it's here. So you just get hold of it, drag it into where you want it to go, which is down there. Now it looks horrid at this moment in time. Well, I'm going to change that. So I'll widen it up, and I have some templates that are pre-done. I want it to look nice. So all I need to do is click that. And then automatically it flicks into something that is relatable. And then if I click that, the little sort of square icon, it'll automatically put it into place for me. Now that's nice and clean. What is this? This is my window of the world. There is a correlation between the pound and the FTSE, between the euro and the DAX. I want to see what the strength of the dollar is. So I use USD JPY because the dollar is the base currency. So it'll tell me whether we've got a strong dollar, which will naturally affect these two. These two will naturally affect these two. So I have a correlation between those five. I also want to see if there's risk on, risk off. So I look at gold. So I have gold in this corner. That'll tell me whether the market is risk on, risk off, because gold has a direct correlation with the dollar. And as you can see, is gold plunging down, the dollar's moving up. Now between them, we also have the big daddy of the indices, which is the S&P 500, which can give you a good state of play for the whole market, which is there. And then again, I want to see how the pound is operating against the Asian currencies, because pound is my driver, and I have pound JPY in the bottom corner. Now, once I've got a window of the world and I can see if the market's moving, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if it moves. I'll be able to start looking at my product of choice. Now, for this challenge, I'm going to be using two, which is the euro and cable. Very, very simple. Now, from here, I can drop it down into an alpha watch. Now, what this will do, this will tell me what the pound's doing across the board. Now, some people like to look at different indexes to have a look to see what the state of the market is. I just use a basket like this, because let's be honest, if every one of them is going down, well, then it's a fair bet the pound is going down. If every one of them is going up, but the market I'm looking at is static, then it's a fair bet eventually it's going to pull up because the pound is pretty strong in the whole marketplace. And I have one for this, and I also have one for the euro. So I can see at an instance what's going on. Like here, it's going down. And if we just put these all onto the same time frame, what we're looking at the 4 hour on each of these. So I'll just change that round. There we are. So it's going down, indecision, topping out, candle, down, down, coming to the top of a Bollinger Band in the middle of here. There's a little bit of indecision, but it's predominantly showing signs to the downside. Okay. Is there anything else I can start picking out on? Well, there is. I can start looking to see if there's a change on the horizon. Well, okay. This is my primary market. It is pushing down. But if I look down here, the euro against the pound, that's pushing up, and it has a good way to go up. This is going to clash to a level. This one's pushing down heavily. This one's on an outer Bollinger. That one's on an outer Bollinger. And that one's pushing to an upper Bollinger. So for all, it kind of looks down. It's very clean or clear. There's indecision. Well, if that indecision means I wait, well, then I wait till I start seeing all of this starting to line up. So what would I do in this situation? Well, I'd just go, well, let's have a look, see what this lot's doing. Right, that's down. That's clearly down. That's pushing down. This is pushing down. That's pushing down. There's only this one not pushing down. Right, let's drill into this. It's down. Have I got any levels on the horizon? Is the indicator starting to show that there's weakness about? Plenty of things. Because one thing we know, if we look at an indicator on its own, it can stay underwater for a very long time. So you've got to be a bit careful. That's why I look at this. I want to see if there's a huge surge in the market. You know, very, very simple. And if there's indecision and I can't read it, then I don't trade it. That's simple, you know. But it's a gauge. It's not a definitive. Once I've got into that, I can take it down into something like this, where I can actually drill right into this. So what have we got? Well, if this is still pushing down, which the general consensus seemed to be, that can get down to here. Why? Because it's a key level that's already marked in. It'll certainly try and sweep that out. Sweep that out, could easily push down and then scream back up. Why would it scream back up? Sustained move. There are 3 phases to a sustained move. Sustained move, consolidation, reaction. Now that reaction might be a pullback back up or a continuation, depending on what the market is trying to do. Now at the moment, it's incredibly sort of stretched down here. Okay, so there'll be a lot of eyes on it. Chances are I'll be looking to counter this. But would I just go straight in? Of course I wouldn't. I put the order above the candle to work up and follow it down, but I would drill into it. There's certain aspects you can use. I can look at this. This is the strongest candle that I can see. Okay, put a fib onto it. Move the fib up. There. Well, what do we know? That candle, mapping out what's going on, has highlighted a level that is predetermined. Well, that is there. 161. So this can scream down onto that. If it's breaking, it's already broke the 127. Across here, we can see it. Let me put a crosshair on just so I can highlight that. There it is there. Broke, held underneath. So its next logical point is here if it's holding below. Fib can map anything out. And that's from a single candle. Why this candle? Well, it's because it's the strongest one. If I was doing it pip accurate, that's the point. Okay. And the way that this works, I love a fib. It maps everything out for me. Gives me a definitive entry. Gives me a definitive risk-free. Gives me an exit point for either profit or stop. Fibs are wonderful. Best tool in the bag. And that's it. So I'm mapped. I'm ready. I know what my targets are. Got my charts already set up. Pick 2 markets that I know I can trade on a daily basis. That will give me my 10 to 20 pips per day, a couple of times a day. And that's it. Score, score, stop. Do my $6, $7, whatever it is per day. And this challenge is not difficult. In fact, it becomes incredibly easy. The hard part is you. Can you be disciplined enough to trade 2 times a day for 10 or 20 pips with a very micro position size? 15 cents, 30 cents. Most of you can't. Because the number one question is, oh, how big's the lot size? How much can I max this out? You've already failed. And sadly, nobody will be able to help you. My advice, if that's your route you're taking, is give up trading. And call it tough love. But trading is for professional people that treat it as a job. If you treat it as a gambler, it'll take everything off you. Everything. It'll empty your bank account and it'll take out all of the mindset that you once had, because it will destroy you emotionally. And I've seen it so many times, you know. And the messages that I get from some of the people are just unbelievably horrendous at times. And it's not that they're nasty people, they're just frustrated and they're taking it out on somebody else. And they'll always take it out on somebody that's perceived to be good, because their stupidity is, well, if I can't do it, nobody can do it. Well, that's stupid. I like to play golf, but I don't have a go at John Daly, you know. In fact, John Daly is a rock star in golf. I think he's a superstar.
Let's go.
Yeah. I made the cut, baby. Hell yeah.
Never played a practice round. Hello.
But he's a big fella like me, likes a drink, likes a smoke, likes a bit of a wild life. But when it comes to his game, he's on point. That's it. You know, a lot of people don't like him because of that. But I admire him. I think he's fantastic. You know, he genuinely is. Because I celebrate success. I never envy it. And if you envy success, look in the mirror and understand why you're not successful. And I'll guarantee it's because you're chasing the dragon. Don't pull the tail. It'll burn you. Anyway, Sunday morning, got my coffee. Showed you roughly what I'm up to, why I'm going to do it. And from there, I'll drop in from time to time and update you on this. There is a live stream tonight where it's Ask Scruff, and I'll try and help you best I can. Do come along. If you can't make it, drop me an email. You find all my contact details below, etc. And I'll bring it up in the stream and hopefully point you in the right direction. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.